Bridget Bartlett here. I am the president of visionmarketinganddesign.com. And today is actually part two of our series of how to create a agency website. This is actually something that I get asked all the time, and I really have no idea why I've never done this training before. But it's definitely important, and it's something that I understand that a lot of people struggle with. How do you position your business? How do you choose the brand colors? What do you actually put on there? What do you focus on? All of those things are really important. But it's also not only just to create your own agency website, but it's also important to know the whole process that actual professionals use when creating a brand and a strategy for a website. Even if it's a landing page, there's actually research that goes into it. And there's actually more preparation than actually creating the website, okay? Because we use Builderall tools, it's really simple to create the website, but creating the design concept and the persona of the website visitor and all of those things, that's the biggest challenge. So that's what we're going to talk about in this series today. Before we get into today's training, though, I just want to show you around the coaching program. If you are not a member yet, you can join for free. It is totally for free. There are no upsells or any of that annoying stuff that all these gurus do. I actually offer free training. The only time you ever pay is if you decide to subscribe to a tool I recommend or you want to do private coaching. Okay, so it really is free with every sincere form of reassurance. It is totally free. So anyway, let me show you around all of this and let's get into today's training. So if you are brand new and you want to register, go to visionmarketinganddesign.com and you'll click there and register, or you can log in. You'll see here that to be a member of Team Vision, you do have to have a Builderall account. We use Builderall tools. It's the main tool that we use when we are building our agency and when we're building websites or any digital real estate. Builderall is the main tool that we focus on. So you do need to be a member, but you are in luck because if you register here within Team Vision, you can actually get my proven agency lead system totally free. So I'm going to, and this is the $197 value, or this is the $197 option. So what this means is not only am I going to give you the system, but I'm going to set it up for you, and we're going to have a 1-hour strategy session so I can make sure that you have a good plan of implementation and a good start for your agency. So definitely click here and create a Builderall account if you're not a member yet. If you're already a member, go ahead and register here inside the Team Vision website, and then you'll get access to all of the bonuses. If you want to use our white label agency that we have created on Builderall and become an affiliate for any of the products, you can become an affiliate there. And if you want to be one of our freelancers, then go ahead and apply there. Okay, so anyway, back to the live group coaching. If you want to, once you're registered in here to join the live coaching, this is the only place that I answer and monitor a question. Not answer, I do answer everywhere else, but I monitor while I'm live here in this place. This just makes it simple for me. So once you get logged in, go ahead and add your name and you will see the training. So you will need to refresh. So if you're watching somewhere else and you see and you're like, I don't see the screen, definitely refresh. Go ahead and add your name. Looks like Alfredo is here, Maria's here, Shawana, everybody's here. Cool, cool. Okay, so if you want to join the Friday Q&A, you can click here to access the Zoom. I am live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherever you're watching. But like I said, I'm only monitoring inside our e-learning or our live broadcast page here. If you have questions, you can click here to join our Telegram group. You can also access the most recent replays here and on the Telegram channel. You can check out any of these tools that I highly recommend. If you are brand new and you want to schedule a 15-minute strategy session that is free, you can also click here to access the Get Started guide. This has all the links that you need, recommended tools. Also, you can, all of these courses are totally free inside of Team Vision, so you can access any of these courses here. And of course, you can access my done-for-you agency lead generation system there. So all of the replays, you can click here in the group coaching and access live replays, or you can click here. So you'll go to all of the courses that I have available, and you'll also see our group e-learning. So this is all of the training that I have done. Even when I was employed by Builderall, this is still a lot of the training that I've done in addition to the new stuff. So I always add it here, but it's organized by category. That's why I created the Telegram channel. So you can go there and see the most recent. So if you're just like, I missed yesterday's training, if you were to come here, you'd say, I don't even know what she was talking about. So definitely check out the Telegram channel for the most recent, just to make it easy for you to find. Okay, so if you're interested in private coaching, you can definitely click here. What's cool about this is if you just need an hour, maybe you're working on a project and you get stuck and you need some guidance or help with the Builderall tools, that's a great option. You can also join the monthly program. If you want to check out my reviews, you can do that here. You can also check out my blog, and if you're interested in any of the services for yourself, or you want to use us as a white label option, you can check out the web design options and the social media there. And you can also check out the PLR shop and, of course, my most recommended tools. Okay, so now that all of that is done, let's get into today's training. I want to make sure that I am monitoring your questions, though. So let me grab this. I'm going to move some things around. Let me enter my name again and join. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way now. And so I can see your questions. All right, so let's go. All right, so we talked about this yesterday. And yesterday, what we did is we actually we did some competition research, and we looked for, how did they lay out their website? How did they position their services? What types of benefits did they say each thing provided? Those are all things. How did they lay it all out? How did they, the whole design thing, right? So what I did was we chose 3 websites to use as examples. And so I went ahead and added the links here so that I can always come back and reference them. And I actually did pull them up here. One thing I noticed, though, that was funny, we talked about this yesterday, and I said how they had a very basic website, and it looked like maybe they were just running ads with that website. And then today I checked it, and now it looks like their full-blown website with the menu here. So they must have changed that domain. I don't know. Maybe they saw my video. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is actual brand colors. Okay, so there are a few options when it comes to choosing brand colors, but it is really important when you are creating a brand or a landing page. It's really the one and the same. Sometimes, though, when you're creating a landing page that's made for like ad purposes, then you don't really need to stick with your specific brand. For example, my brand colors for my coaching program and all of that is actually, it's purples and pinks and some black. And but for a local business, though, that we don't really want to use those types of colors. When you're in a coaching, when you have like a coaching business, it's pretty much, it's free will. Whatever you want to do, it's totally up to you. But when you're doing something for a local business, there's a certain level or certain color scheme that's expected when people look. Okay, it needs to be professional. It needs to be kind of neutral. Purples and pinks are a little geared towards women, or they're kind of feminine, and we really want something that's kind of generic in a way that will reach the masses, right? So that's what we're going to look at today. So if you find a website that you like, you definitely want to research, what does the market look like? This is what we talked about yesterday. We found this website. We also found this website. So it's using, bright yellow and then, this blue color. So it looks like they're definitely keeping with the theme of this yellow. They have like a gradient here. So it's actually like yellow to orange. And blue and black. So that's their basic color scheme here. They're using like the light blue, a darker blue. So basically just, focusing on whites and blues and all of that. And then we talked about this template here that I actually got from Leads Gorilla when I signed up for the agency plan. And then what they used is like this red and this orange, and the you always want to have a bright color because it will pop like that. So those are things to keep in mind. If and like I was saying, if you find a website that has the colors that you like, you can actually use this Google Chrome extension called Color Pick Eyedropper. Okay, so all you need to do is just Google Color Pick Eyedropper Chrome extension, and there you go. So it's actually called Color Pick Eyedropper, and you just add it to your Google Chrome extension. Okay. So when you land on a website, if you're like, these are really the colors that I really wanted to get, let's go here because they have more colors. All you need to do is click this color picker. And as you hover over, make sure that, see the little cross or the plus sign. Wherever the center of that is the color that it's going to pick up. So let's say that I really like this darker part of this light bulb here. I could click there, and then that gives me the hex code. Okay, so I could go through, if I really liked this color palette that they used, I could use the color picker and go through that website. I'm actually not going to choose this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deactivate this by clicking on it again and then clicking that plus sign. So that makes the color picker stop working. Okay, so that's one way if you did find a website that you liked. But another way that I like to use is I just choose the first thing that I would do is say web agency website color palette. So let's look and see. So we see a blog article here, 10 trending 2021 websites. So let's just scroll through here. The reason I like to use the blog posts first is because they usually give an example like this. So it's saying soft tones, and then it gives me an example because I want to see what it actually looks like. It's one thing to look at colors, and it's another thing to see what it looks like live. And they'll always give you the hex codes here. So if I liked this and that was the look I was going for my website, I could just choose those hex codes and then go on with my brand, right? So I'm going to scroll through here, and these aren't really what I'm looking for. They're even using Stripe as an example there. Throwback for, let's see, orange. That looks outdated. Doesn't really look professional. We really want a clean, professional site. Like you can look at this one here. This is very clean, professional looking website. Same with this one. It's just very clean colors. They're kind of neutral and cool looking. Those are really not what I'm looking for. I'm just going to scroll through here. As I'm going through, what I'm looking for is, I need a variance. I need a light colors. I need darker colors. This would be a great choice if I liked those colors because they do have kind of a pale. So that's great to use like for shadows and things like that, or the light end of a gradient. But they also have the darker colors, so that's cool too. But, again, I'm trying to stay away from purple. I'm really thinking blues. Blue is a very cool, neutral color. So I'm just going to scroll through here. I don't really see any blues. So let's go. Now that we've decided, we really like the blue color scheme. So I'm going to look for popular color palettes for websites blue. Okay, so 5 gorgeous color schemes. Let's check this out. Looks like they're not focusing so much on blue, so let's go back. I really want to choose one that says blue. Just gonna scroll through here. Oh, blue color schemes for websites. Okay, so let's check this out. Ooh, I do like that a lot. That's kind of the look I'm thinking of, like the dark and then the white. So yeah, I like that. That's, ooh, and I like how they did this with the, kind of the cloudiness. and the different shades of blue. So that's really good. So I'm definitely liking this whole blue, black, white look. It's really popular for the medical field. That is true. And then they're saying business websites. That is very true. Blue is very neutral. And so a lot of businesses will choose that. So I am really liking these blue color schemes. I did find another blog post here that had, it has several options here, infrared and purple. But again, I want to stay away from purple. And then as I was scrolling down here, I actually found the blue color scheme. And I think this is really a good variety because what I'm looking for is I definitely need to choose a white and I need to choose a black. And while that sounds like, duh, you need a white and black, but they're actually different shades of white and black. So whatever white and black you choose, you definitely want to make sure that you're using the same one. Don't just go and choose a black and then it's not really the same black, because it will definitely show. And it really just having the correct hex codes on your website or even social media graphics or anything, it just makes your brand go to the next level from amateur to professional. And even if people aren't, using the color picker and looking at your website to make sure that you're choosing the same hex codes for the blue and whatever, it doesn't really matter, because with our eyes, when we look at it, we don't maybe know that the blue is off, but psychologically we know something is off, and so you definitely don't want anyone focusing on the something. What is it that is off about this website? So what's cool here is they actually gave the hex codes as well. So since I've decided on this color palette, what I want to do now is I just want to copy and paste this information into my form. Okay, so I'm just going to go copy. Let's go back to our landing page, and I'm going to paste this in. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. So let's go ahead and paste it here. Okay, so now we have our hex codes chosen, and we actually need to choose the font. Okay, so these are pretty basic options here. So there is another tool you can use, and I'm going to go ahead and click here to access my Chrome extensions. So I'm going to go to Manage Extensions. You can see all of my how much I love Chrome extensions. Okay, so it's called WhatFont. Okay, so I'm going to actually activate this. You really don't want to have all of these extensions activated. It will definitely slow your browser down. So anytime you're not using them, definitely try to deactivate them. So I'm going to go up here. I need to find my WhatFont, and I'm going to click here to pin it so that I can access it. So what I want to do is I want to look at these agency websites and I want to see what font are they using. So I'm going to choose this to activate the WhatFont extension. Okay, so now it's active. And as I scroll over these different texts, it tells me what style of text it is. Okay, and you really want to have you want to limit your text choices or your fonts to 2 different styles. So I like to choose a bold and then a not bold. Okay, so you can see here would be a bold and then here would be a not bold. So it looks like they chose Source Sans Pro for their bold, and then they chose Source Sans Pro without the maybe they just made it bold. I'm not really sure why it looks like that. So let's scroll down. So it looks like they did choose, I don't know, it's the same one maybe, but one is hyphenated, but that looks like maybe that's just because it's bold text. So as we're looking here, I see that it's pretty much just that same font. So that is good. And you can see that they understand that you don't want to have too many fonts. So it looks like they're using Source Sans Pro. So let's go ahead and go to this website here. So what font are they using? Let me go ahead and click here to activate my WhatFont. Okay. And for them, they're using Proxima Nova. Let's see. Looks like that's what they're using there. Let's see what they use down here. Proxima Nova is what they're using. And so it looks like they're definitely choosing one font as well. So that is definitely important to note. Okay, so let's check this template that we got from Leeds Gorilla. So now we're here. So they chose Poppins, Roboto. So Poppins for the title, and then Roboto for the. Oh, it looks like they chose Montserrat and Rubik. Oh, they chose a lot of fonts. Poppins and Rubik. Okay, so looks like Poppins and Rubik it is. Oh, and Montserrat here. So they chose three of them, or four of them actually. Let's see what. Oh, and that was not a website we chose. Okay, so what I typically like to choose is Lato. So I like to choose Lato Black, or the the bold version. So what I'm going to choose is, even though we could choose the same font. Um, there's really no rhyme or reason of why, but let's do a little bit more research because I haven't really made up my mind. So let's try popular website fonts 2021, because we definitely don't want to be outdated. Okay, so 40 best fonts by Elementor. Let's see what Elementor has to say about the best fonts, if it ever loads. So it looks like they like the sans serif fonts. Let's see. Sans serif. So Arial. Lato. So they like Lato and Montserrat as well. Roboto. So it looks like any of these would be good. I know that we have Roboto and Lato, and I tend to like Lato. So let's go ahead and let's say that we're going to choose Lato. And then we'll choose, we'll do Lato, and we'll do Lato bold or heavy. All right, so now we have chosen that. All right, so now here's what I like to do. I like to go to Canva once I have established that, and I'm going to go to brand kit. Okay, so you can see I have several brands in here, and I want to add another color palette. Okay, so I'm going to add a custom color palette, and I'm going to call this one agency website template. And I want to go ahead and add this hex code here. So I'm going to go to my sheet, and I'm going to choose the dark blue color. So I just want to copy this hex code. And then I'm going to go back here to Canva, and I'm going to paste. All right. Now I'm going to go back to my sheet. I'm going to choose the lighter blue and copy. And I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to Control V to paste. And we'll choose the next one. And let's see, it's the lightest blue. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to do Control V to paste. Let's choose the next color, and shadow of dark blue. That's important to know. So I'm going to copy and go back here, and then I'm going to Control V to paste, and one more color. So let's go back to our landing page, and we're going to copy and go back to Canva, and then paste. Okay, so now I have my colors already established here. Okay, so now anytime I need to create a graphic, or I need to create anything for the website or the social media or whatever I'm working on, I don't have to recreate this. Okay, I don't need to look up the hex codes every single time. Okay, so you can also choose, I think you can establish a different brand font, but this is actually what I typically use. So I use the Lato Heavy, and then the subheadings I use Lato, and then the body I use Lato 12. So when I go to create a design, let me just show you. So tomorrow we'll talk about creating the logo. if I chose, an image here that I wanted to change the color, and I go to color, if you scroll down here, you'll see agency website template. So to change that color, all I'd have to do is that, or even when you hover over it, see how it shows you the hex code right here? So I could choose that or that. And so it's just as simple as clicking it, right? And then when you go to choose text, when you have your brand text already established, when you select it, it's going to be your brand text. Okay, so that just, again, it saves you a step so that you don't have to keep referencing that brand sheet that we're creating here. Okay, it's important to have it here because, especially when you're working in an agency, you want to have a good form of communication, a good place that you could share. Like if you're my freelancer, maybe I want to give you access to this brand sheet so that we are communicating, and exactly all of the fonts, and all of the colors and all of that stuff. So that's all I really had for you today. I don't want to overwhelm you with information, so definitely tomorrow we're going to talk about logo creation. I'm going to show you how you can outsource it, and I'm going to show you how you can create it yourself for free. Okay, so we're going to run the whole gamut of all of that. And again, of course, if you are not a Team Vision affiliate, you should definitely become a Team Vision affiliate because you can use us as a white label agency. So one of the great things about what we're doing here is we're creating a system so that even if you're brand new to Builderall, if you go get a client, you have a team to support you on the back end. Okay, so if you get a web design or a website designed or need one done, then you can just share your link, or you can order it from us, and then we will take it from there as your white label agency. I want to make sure that I don't have any questions before I let you guys go. Let me go ahead and add back here. So it looks like Shawana says, thank you, Bridget. Great information. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.